friends and colleagues. Welcome everybody. And as you know, I'm Henry, and I'm the president of Mississauga Power Basketball, and I love this name, and love the game, and got a rhyme to the game. I'm so glad to be here to announce the relocation of our franchise, Power to Mississauga Power team. Now the NBL has a total of 10 teams and growing, and I hope that we can cover more and more cities year by year, and let all the Canadians enjoy this wonderful Canadian game. I promise you, if anyone comes to the game, they will come year after year, again and again. Yes, thank you.
My license is very well.
You match it up. Thank you, thank you. Like this? Oh, you want the McCallum?
And they join me in saying, what a great day for Mississauga that you have chosen, and to have it to operate in this beautiful facility. So it's an exciting day for us. And by the way, what you're going to be doing is giving the opportunity for young people to excel in basketball and to feed the Toronto team. I think they need some feeding, right?
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah, I think they do. So it's a great asset to professional basketball. So thank you for your confidence in Mississauga. And I want to tell you, we'll do everything we can to assist you in making it a huge success.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We never had facilities like this. If you had a place like this where they played a provincial championship, you would be thrilled. And I look at this place, it holds probably about 5,500.
400,000 plus people went through the turnstiles last season. Rave reviews on the quality of basketball, as Paul said. Right now, everyone is talking about the golden era of basketball in Canada is just beginning. With all of the players from Canada that are poised to go to the NBA, that are in the NBA, that will be participating on the national teams here. And we are set to be a part of that as the National Basketball League of Canada. When my partner Andre Livingston and I came up with the idea to actually create the league several years ago, we looked at the top 30 countries in the world in FIBA in basketball, and Canada was the only one without a professional league. So that there gave us the inspiration to make this venture, and all the kids that have played on our teams in previous years that were from Canada, that were forced to go overseas and play abroad, now have opportunities to play here at home. And I'm excited to relate that after doing much due diligence, the NBL of Canada's Board of Governors unanimously approved the relocation of the Power to Mississauga. We're equally excited about the expansion that's coming in this league, having added the nation's capital in Ottawa, and right around the corner, the Brampton A's, a tremendous organization. We feel this is going to be a Knicks and Nets kind of a rivalry, you know, two teams in their backyards. There's going to be a lot of excitement. They're going to be measured against each other, of course, because they're so close. We appreciate all of the support in the community. What does it mean for the people in Mississauga? What are they going to see with this team here? Well, they're going to see a lot of taller people in the town, that's for sure. 6'9", 6'11", 7-footers walking around. But having been involved in the team myself in St. John, New Brunswick, I can't tell you how the kids' eyes light up when they run past me and run to all the players that I'm bringing to a particular school or what have you. But they are just mesmerized by these athletes, and we have some really, really good people in this league. You know, the players in our league, they stay after every game and sign autographs. They're very active in the community. I have no doubt that the Power organization will be one of the leading teams in that regard. They have a very dedicated owner, Mr. Chow, and he's putting together a great management team here. In their 2 years of existence already, they've proven that they can put a very entertaining, quality product on the court. Their teams played as hard as any team out there. Some of the most exciting basketball. Some of their players are here in the audience. Tremendous athleticism. You'll see alley-oop, slam dunks, full court pressure. I mean, when this product is here, you guys are going to be amazed. And the best thing I can say is just go out and spread the word, and let's get the community to support this team, because in 5 years, this will really be one of the top leagues in the world, which is where it's on an upward track to be right now. So we thank you all for coming, and I'll say it once now, and then I'll go back to my own team. Go Power. We have a review video of Season 2.
NBL Canada, get live!
What's going on? It's the odd man, Audley Stevenson, for NBL Canada Live. And after a very successful second season, the National Basketball League of Canada has taken another definitive step in solidifying their place as one of the top basketball leagues in the entire world. Basketball fans across the league were delighted all season long with high caliber play, spirited competition, and breathtaking finishes. It definitely was a great year, so let's take a moment and reflect back on some of the sights and sounds of the second season.
The Schwa's got the power for the playoff run.
First year was big, second year was even bigger.
Absolutely. We had a fantastic year, and just looking excited to next year. And we just got to be, continue to be about the business of basketball, growing our sponsorship base. Our fans base across the league has definitely increased. And we have an amazing product. I think we have one of the best products to display. I think this league is going to be one of the best leagues in the world. We're just in our second year, but from the previous year, the talent has definitely increased. So that just means that it's really getting around to how competitive our league is. It is close to home for a lot of these players. They get an opportunity for their loved ones to see them play.
I played a lot of places, played overseas, played in South America, played a lot of places, but I mean, this has to rank up there as one of the best atmospheres I've ever played in.
The city of St. John had much to be excited about this year as they were selected to be the host city for the National Basketball League All-Star Weekend. The city of St. John put together a great All-Star Weekend celebration. Top of the planning leading up to this weekend.
I mean, it was a lot of hard work. I mean, this is our first time doing this, but, we had some pointers from Halifax who did it last year, and we just sat together with our team, and they basically made me look good because I just gave them some ideas, and they ran with it, so we're happy so far. The people here are excited about the NBL Canada. Even though they're Millrats fans, they are excited to meet the All-Stars from other teams, and we saw that yesterday. I thought we had an incredible crowd for day one. Even when me and you were playing, they came out to see us play.
It was a weekend dedicated to fans to celebrate a great season, and they were entertained all weekend long with familiar events such as the Legends Game, three-point shooting competition, and the ever-popular Slam Dunk Contest. The end of the season awards were handed out during the All-Star Breakfast, and the weekend was capped off with the All-Star Game, which featured exciting plays from the league's top athletes. Overall, year number 2 was a thrilling one for the NBLC, from the Summer Draft Combine at the Axe Institute where over 200 NBL hopefuls pursued their dreams, to the draft at the Rogers Centre in downtown Toronto when those dreams were realized, to the 176 regular season and playoff games. Over 400,000 fans took in NBL games in person during the 2012-2013 season. Millions more followed the league via television broadcast, watched games online, listened to the official league podcast, engaged in social media, and stayed up to date with their favorite team via news coverage. With 2 Ontario expansion teams poised to join the league in the 2013-2014 season, NBL Canada continues its impressive growth heading into season number 3. The league is on the right track to earn its place in Canadian sports nationally as the league continues to add teams, fans, and partners. Special thanks goes out to Porter Airlines, the official airline of the NBLC, Recharge with Milk, and Spalding. I'm the odd man for NBL Canada Live. That's how we ball in the NBLC. Later.
Last year that we were leading all the way in our game. We were second in the whole division. I don't know if you guys are following us, but we were really healthy team. But in the last 10 games of the season, we got 2 of our star players got injured. So we were losing games. So I think that this year, the health for our team is very important. So I'm really happy that we came to Mississauga. We struck a deal with some our major sponsors for the sports clinic of University of Toronto, Mississauga, and also the athletic therapist from Sheridan College. So we got created a really good partnership with Julie Dixon from Sheridan College, and also Dr. Wilhelm. And may I ask Chris to come up and say a few words? Thank you.
As medical director of the U of T Sports Clinic in Mississauga, I'd like to express our thanks to Henry and the team for allowing us to oversee the medical care of the team. Together with the Power, we're looking forward to partnering with the U of T Sport Fellowship Program out of downtown, as well as the Sheridan College Athletic Therapy Program, which Julie and Jenny, thank you for coming out. And we look forward to a long, happy relationship with this group. We hope to provide very high-level athlete safety and injury management, and we'll do our best to put our right foot forward. While delivering quality care to the team, this opportunity was also provide academic growth for all of the healthcare professionals concerned. So we all look forward to growing, including myself, to become better and more supportive for this team. As Henry mentioned, with injuries last year, we would look to trying to prevent them and then also try to treat them with our best capacity that we can. I look forward, Henry, to a long, happy, successful relationship with the team, in addition to hoping that you have a long, happy, successful tenure here in Mississauga. Thank you.
I'd really like to thank everyone who supported this initiative. It took a lot of work, but at the end of the day, it's I think something that's going to be great for the Power and the NBL. Very excited to be working with the Power organization and Henry, and I think that opening shop in the big basketball community of Mississauga is great. For those that may not be familiar, Mega City Basketball is one of the premier basketball programs in the province, and I've been in talks with the Power about working on something together, and we put something together that we feel is going to make a big impact, and it's going to be a game changer in basketball in Ontario, if not Canada, and that's the Mega City Power Pro-Am, which tips off in June. The Pro-Am is definitely a great opportunity for basketball players and coaches that want to get to the next level. 2 years ago, this kind of opportunity didn't exist, and people would look overseas to play basketball. And today, and starting this summer, we're going to have that Pro-Am, and I just can't wait to get it started. So this venture is the first between Mega City and the Power, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last. I know that our organizations are capable of doing some great things together, and we hope to help the growth of basketball in Canada, and we'll be able to do that in a big way, and that's what it's all about. Thank you.
I can speak for the team that I'm affiliated with, but it's the blueprint that's been done across the league, and it's very closely tied with minor basketball, with youth basketball, with the YMCA, YWCA programs in our community. Our players go to schools 3 to 5 days a week and visit with kids. They deliver messages of inspiration or messages that the school would like them to deliver. We also train kids. We have camps and clinics programs. We have weekly training programs. Through our foundation, we actually set up an AAU program in New Brunswick, which is the only one in New Brunswick, to help youth be trained by professional athletes and actually travel to tournaments in the States and Canada to get better. And I'm sure Mr. Chow is working on ticket programs to bring youth here, looking for sponsors. Many teams have sponsors that sponsor entire section for underprivileged youth. So the youth is actually the key. They're the ones that are driving this initiative. If kids are into basketball and they want to come see their favorite player, the parents will be motivated to bring them. So I'm sure if you contact with the organization, you'll be impressed with the many initiatives that they'll put forth in Mississauga to engage the youth.
We don't have an exact pricing finalized yet, but at the first round, our general admission ticket will be $15 a ticket, and the season ticket runs about $150. So it's very affordable for the whole season for $150, or general admission for $15. And we'll also have a discount ticket for the kids and students, so it will be even cheaper than $15. No, we have a lot of confidence that Mississauga will be a city of basketball. The attendance will be way more higher than we had before. Those are the bad experiences that we had before, but this is a basketball city that we will have a lot more attendance than before, ever.
Pitch, I thought the camera was on.
You gotta speak.
I know, right? Oh, you already got like 3 sandwiches?
Make sure you try the lemon squares.
Okay, I'll try that after.
No,
With a familiar face, Paul Jones, you can really sense the excitement of everything that's going down today, and you can tell you're honored to be here.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's something that is long overdue in Canada. It started a few years ago, the NBL Canada, and it gives our Canadian kids a place to play. We talked about it all the time, and in generations past, Laura, kids have learned to play. You know, they go to local colleges, even around here, where there are good programs, Humber, Sheridan, you know, Centennial, and kids learn to play. You know, they go to great OUA schools, McMaster, York, U of T, Western. They go to these places, and they learn to play for 3 or 4 years, and then they get to the point where they're done, and there's nowhere else to go. Now, you can chase your dream overseas in Europe, but eventually you're going to come back to this community or come back to this country. At least now, there's a place in your own backyard where you can aspire to play. Not everybody's going to make the NBA, but you think about, you know, a team in Mississauga or Brampton, Windsor, Ottawa with an expansion team now. There's a place to play in Canada for these kids after they start to develop. So I think that's terrific for Canadian kids, and I think it's great that we have a domestic pro league.
Of course, a lot of the athletes go overseas, or they go to the States because they don't have the opportunity. Now they have that here. Are you saying it is more important for them to stay locally, stay with the grassroots here in Canada?
Well, not everybody can go overseas. Not everybody has the resources, the networking, the connections to do that. So this does give them a place. I think it's important for the grassroots level for the kids to develop and see people that look like them. You know, in my former life as a principal, as a teacher, we always used to say kids need role models. They need to see somebody that looks like them, they can relate to in the community and what's moving ahead for them. Well, you know, if you're a kid in grade 5 or grade 6, or, you know, even a young high school kid in grade 9 and you're an aspiring basketball player, boy, what better place to come to than the Hershey Center to see the Mississauga Power play and think, hey, maybe one day I can be part of that as a player, as a coach, as a front office person, somewhere in the organization. So I think it's great that they have that here. And again, I think Mississauga is a great location for this team to be relocated to.
How will this league be different, or the league in Canada in general, from anything they would learn in the States or overseas?
I don't know if it's so much different than it is an opportunity. And I think that's what you need to focus on, the fact that there's an opportunity. There are lots of opportunities in the States, but there's also lots of competition. Not that there wouldn't be competition here, but kids have maybe a better feel culturally or environmentally for what's going on in their own backyard than when you pick up and you move and you have to relocate and readjust going somewhere else.
Something you said during the press conference that really stood out, you're giving them the opportunity to succeed, and that is so important.
Laura, so many of life's lessons for me I learned through sports, and I always said, next to my mom and dad, sports taught me more about life than anything else. It taught me all of those key character words that we talk about in the school system: respect, responsibility, you know, commitment, discipline, integrity, initiative. And what better place to learn to work with people on a team than a sporting environment? And you know, you start to do that in school, when you're in group work, when you're on teams in school, and that just progresses all the way up. And the good thing about it is, again, it gives them a place right in their own backyard to do that, and it's a great way to learn life's lessons, and the sports teaches that.
So what do you think it means now to the city of Mississauga to have this team here?
I think it's big. You think about the highest level, the NBA players and Canadian national team players that have come from this little pocket recently. You think about, guys like Andrew Nicholson, Tristan Thompson, guys are Anthony Bennett. Guys come from this area, just right here in this little pocket, and kids can look and see themselves and see guys that have been successful right from this area. So I think it's big that Mississauga has a team. It's obviously supporting basketball by bringing a team here or giving this team a landing spot in relocation. And you've got so many clubs that play around here. You can bet this place will be packed on nights with those kids from the different Mississauga basketball clubs and organizations in here watching their local team play and just cheering for them.
Here in Mississauga, Peel in general as well, so much importance and focus around the diversity.
Yes.
Exactly. And do you think that has a lot to do with the potential success of this team?
It sure does, Laura. Basketball is a global game. In 1992, I was one of the people that was fortunate enough to go to Barcelona, Spain, when the Dream Team was, captivating the world, and watch the game go global. And boy, I'm telling you, to me, next to soccer, I don't know if there's any game that's more globally accepted than basketball. There are, something like 80 to 85 international-born players in the NBA now, and kids from all creeds, all cultures, all religions, all walks of life, all corners of the earth are playing basketball and embracing the game. So, I think you're going to see Mississauga Power do that. Look for, South Asian athletes. Look for, anybody that represents the community to be part of this team. And I think that, again, that will draw the community closer together.
And a very affordable sport, as you mentioned. Yeah. Shorts and a tank top is all you need.
Well, I'm a big hockey fan, but I don't know if I'd be able to pick some of those guys out in a lineup because I see helmets, visors, cages, equipment. Guys are out here playing, literally half naked in front of you, as I said, in shorts and a tank top, and it's affordable. You need a ball and a hoop, and 10, 15, 20 kids can be involved. Look at what's happening around community centers now and outdoor courts that they never had when I was a kid. Places to play, places for kids to come together, keeps them off the street, keeps them out of trouble. And, I think basketball is great for that. And again, Mississauga is a great place to have that happen.
All right. Well, thank you very much for talking to us. We appreciate your time.
My pleasure, Laura.
All right. Standing by now, I have on my right Mark and on my left Kirk. And I'm not sure if you can tell, there's a little bit of a height difference here. And I've got like my 5-inch heels on. So we'll see how this goes. Thanks for joining me, guys, members of the Mississauga Power. What does it mean now for you to make the switch and come over to Mississauga?
It means a lot because coming from Oshawa, we had a lot of support, but Mississauga, we feel like could be a bigger city and more support from the fans.
And they've already talked so much about the diversity. So you're going to see hopefully more fans, but a more diverse group as well.
What?
Do you have any comments to that, Mark?
With a diverse crowd, we feel like the more people to come out to watch the sports, the better. I mean, we're trying to reach all types of people in the community. It doesn't matter. Anybody can like to play basketball or play the sport, so we're really looking forward to all the diversity coming out for the community.
Now, beforehand, Kirk said to me, don't get me started on rivalries. So now I have to ask him the question because, of course, years here with Mississauga and Brampton OHL teams being here, the Peel rivalries, we're just already waiting for that to begin. So I want to get your thoughts on the possible rivalry we're going to see.
For real, to me, every game's a rivalry. It don't matter who we play. So just for them being close, it's definitely going to be a rivalry. But, we're not worried about that right now. They have to get a team first. So other than that, we'll wait. We'll see what the rivalry brings.
So what's on your mind? You said you're not worried about that right now. What's the main thing you guys are focused on right now?
Getting healthy, getting back to where we started. Once we do that, then we'll worry about everything else.
What can we expect to see from you guys this season?
A lot of up and down, a lot of fast pace, a lot of athleticism. We're really a fast-paced team. We have a lot of athletes, so a lot of dunking, a lot of stuff to get the fans going, and hopefully a lot of wins. I mean, we're definitely from last year to this year, we have a goal to get to the championship. So that's definitely the goal for our team.
And finally, I want to ask you guys, I'll start with you, Mark. What brought you to this point of being in the NBL of Canada?
Actually, my agent's from here in Canada, so he asked me to play for the team in Oshawa, so I went there for training camp, and then I ended up really liking it up here in Canada, so this is where I decided to start my career.
And how about you, Kirk? What was your road to get here?
My road was a little different than his. You feel me? I came out here trying to make a team, and I actually got cut in the beginning, and they actually called me back. So when I came back, I was like, I was so happy that I didn't want to lose it. Now that I showed myself, and they want to keep me, so.
All right. Well, congratulations, guys, and we look forward to seeing you this season.
Thank you.
I'm here with Henry Chow, president of the now Mississauga Power. Thanks for joining me. Very exciting day. There's definitely a lot of excitement on the stage as you were talking up there.
Yes, it's very, very exciting. I mean, I just couldn't wait until the season starts. Yeah.
So why Mississauga? What made you want to come here?
Oh, Mississauga is a big city. I mean, the population is so huge, and the people love basketball. You can drive around in the city, and you can almost see every other driveway got a basketball hoop in there. So this is a basketball city. So I'm very excited.
When did everything start coming together? When you started figuring maybe we should take a look around? How about Mississauga? When did all that come into play?
Probably about earlier last year, about a year ago. Then we're looking at the number of people attending, number of people in Mississauga, and everybody is talking to me. Hey, why didn't you guys go and look at Mississauga? Why didn't you go look at Mississauga? Then we check around and then realize that Hershey Center is available. There's no basketball team in Hershey, so I said, well, maybe it's a pretty good fit. So we start talking to the Hershey. Then it ended up okay. Here we are.
And of course, there were some struggles last year, but you always try to take the positive out of it. It's definitely going to be a turnaround this year. Definitely seems to be a lot more positivity with you guys.
Yes, absolutely. The two things that we learned is that the players need to be healthy. So we actually involve the community. We involve University of Mississauga, University of Toronto Mississauga campus, and the Sheridan College. So we got the therapists to do all the injury prevention. So we hope that we'll get a healthy team and bring the championship to Mississauga.
That was definitely a high priority for you guys that you talked about during the press conference, being involved in the community. You want the players to get that out there, and you want other high schools and teams to become a part of this team as well.
Yes, we want to involve in the community, and also we're going to visit the schools and then make sure the kids will enjoy the basketball and they will come and play and stay off from the best things on the street. Just, hey, the sport is a nice thing to have.
What can we expect to see from Mississauga this season?
Oh, we would bring the championship to Mississauga, yes. Anybody got good talent, just come to our combine, which in August, and maybe just make sure to check our website, and we'll post our combine date in probably middle of August, and check our powerbasketball.ca, and then make sure to come. And then we want more Canadian talent into our league.
Before we go, is there anything else you can tell us about the upcoming combine, what people can expect to see?
Every year we have about 500-600 Americans and probably about 200 Canadians. We'd like to see more Canadians coming in. So make sure that they come in, check out our combine day. We want more Canadians to be on the team.
All right, well, thank you very much and best of luck this season.
Thank you. Thank you.
出身我想你同我哋講下，點解你哋隊波會搬翻由 Oshawa 搬翻嚟多倫多咧？
我哋本身喺 Oshawa 先嘅，咁咧就主要發覺到咧就係 Mississauga 嘅打籃球嘅人，有興趣籃球嘅人咧係多好多，同埋人口亦都大好多，所以個機會會大好多。咁變咗咧就我哋就決定就由 Oshawa 搬過嚟 Mississauga。
係咁，你搬翻嚟 Mississauga 之後，你哋期望會點樣咧？
我哋相信希望會有大概係2000至3000人每一場啦。 咁就大概嗰個 support 應該會大好多啦，因為呢度嘅人口大好多啦。
咁你對波嘅將來發展有乜期望啊？
嗰隊波應該我哋打得幾好㗎，舊年我哋最主要就係因為較為好不幸地，我哋兩個主將傷咗，臨季尾嘅時候，所以變咗我哋打唔到入季後賽。但係今年我哋應該會較為健康啲，咁我哋打到入季後賽嘅機會係好大嘅。
係，唔該晒，仲有冇咩補充啊？你覺得？
冇乜啦，
冇乜啦嚇。其實對波
咁咧就我哋好希望可以整到一啲亞洲嘅球員，尤其是中國球員啦喺我哋嗰隊波度打，咁就希望有啲有興趣嘅中國球員有興趣嘅中國球員最好就可以聯絡我哋啦，睇我哋嘅網頁，咁咧就
powerbasketball.ca 咁就知道我哋幾時揀選人，大約係8月中，咁就希望可以見到啲中國人嚟到我哋嗰隊球隊度喺度一齊幫手攞我哋嘅冠軍。
周生點解你哋會由 Oshawa 搬翻嚟咧
？The reason is that there's a lot more population. People live in in Mississauga, and we have a lot more basketball fans in Mississauga. So it's very excited to be in Mississauga.
咁你對於搬翻嚟之後，你對於個 market 有咩期望咁啊
？We hope that we can able to fill the arena. That we hope that we can at least that we got 2,000 to 3,000 people per game, and then we will hope that we can get a championship back into Mississauga this year.
咁你對於隊波將來嘅發展有咩期望，有咩睇法咧
？We hope we can get a championship, and I hope that we can get some more Chinese people involved, and I hope that we can get some good Chinese player to join our team to play for the Mississauga Power. Yeah, that's my goal. So if in playing for the Mississauga Power, please contact us on our website, mississaugapower.ca, and then see our combine in mid-August.
I'm here with the extremely tall Vice President of Operations, John Wiggins, but I think that's a theme for me today when you're around a basketball team. But a lot of excitement. You get the sense that it's a real honor for everyone to be here today.
It's exciting, and it's definitely an honor to be here in this arena and to introduce her and be welcomed into the city. It's a great pleasure.
Quite a turnout to the press conference here. Were you expecting that?
Initially, no. We did see some great responses start coming in on our RSVP, but you never expected some of the people, some of the stars and VIP guests to come out. Jay Triano was a surprise, Sherman Hamilton. We're very happy with the turnout. Obviously, we wanted to get our name and our brand out there, and having their support is huge.
There were some struggles last year, of course, no denying that, but it's definitely a learning experience for you guys to turn it around and take the positivity you can out of it.
Absolutely, and we're hoping to show that the lessons we learned over in Oshawa are things that we've been able to improve upon here. So we look at it as a great, as I mentioned, opportunity to kind of showcase what we know and what we do. We're not a new team, right? So we're experienced and we know what's going on, and we've had a chance to try a couple different things, and now we're actually going to be able to implement it in a great market that we know is going to be very excited to have us.
Well, what are some of those things you're going to implement that might be different from what you did last season?
Well, things we did last season that we know are going to be the same are going to be out in the community. We want to make sure that we are speaking with the kids, being out at festivals such as Karasaga in a couple of weeks, and taking advantage of things like Celebration Square and the other activities they have throughout Mississauga. Things that are new, it's going to be the entertainment value that you're going to get coming to our game. It's not just going to be a basketball game that you're coming to. As you can see, we used the video board, we had the lighted decals, we have a light show, and these are all things we didn't have before. So having them to our advantage we want to make sure that we showcase it, and we want to make sure that people leave here with a sense of entertainment as opposed to just coming to a sports event.
Well, great facilities here. You have the opportunity to do those things. What else attracted you to coming to Mississauga, other than, of course, the Hershey Center, but it's quite diverse here as well?
That's exactly it. It is the diversity. We came from a traditional hockey town, and we appreciated all the support they had, but you want to go where there's a love for what you're doing. And in Brampton, in Mississauga, in Peel region, there's a love for the game of basketball, and we just know that we found a home where everybody's going to come out and they're going to enjoy themselves, and especially with the game of basketball and everything else we're going to have to offer.
Now, other than a championship, what are some of the main goals for this team as an organization as well this season?
To get to the championship, you've got to get to the playoffs. We've got to get to the playoffs. We will get to the playoffs. We've missed it for the last 2 seasons. Our number one goal is going to get into the playoffs. So that's our first goal on the court. And off the court is to fill the building. You know, we want to showcase the building. We want everyone to appreciate the product that we're having, and we want everyone to come out and have a great time. So it's going to be people and playoffs.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and best of luck this season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hershey Center in Mississauga, Ontario. I'm Laura Barney for JVI Video Productions.